Live from Fargo and serving you on TV, online, and on the go. This is Valley News Live at 6.
This is supposed to be my home.
A Fargo woman reached out to our whistleblower hotline because she says the company that manages her apartment isn't doing anything about the mold she has inside.
The woman says she saw the story we ran last night where it talked about a Fargo man who lived in a Goldmark apartment that had a hole in a wall due to mold. He said at that time he waited several weeks for the wall to be fixed. Well, tonight we can update that story by telling you that repairs are now being made.
As mentioned, today we're learning that someone else is dealing with a similar issue. Valley News Team's Katie Opperly sees what's being done to fix it.
Hey, blowing off something like this is not an okay situation.
Donna Brink lives in the Pacific Park Apartments in South Fargo. She says she has been begging Goldmark management to get her leaking living room window fixed, but it never got done.
We'll get back to you later. We'll call you later. And no call, no nothing.
Then she said she was getting ready to decorate her apartment for the holidays when she discovered that this had become a much larger issue.
Went to wash the wall and the cracked peeling paint kind of came off and I started to see the mold.
Brink says she called management to tell them that under her leaking window, there is now what she suspects is mold.
They had a maintenance guy that showed up an hour or two later, got on the phone and said, oh, I'm at the place where she's got mold on her wall, and he left, said he would be back, and I haven't seen or heard from them since.
She says she has called multiple times and even stopped by to ask for help, but weeks have gone by and nothing has changed.
Sometimes it feels like you're hounding them to try to get them to fix anything, and they won't do it.
And she says this is not the first time she's had a problem. She says she's had water leakage in many different parts of her apartment. In fact, Brink had her entire kitchen replaced after extensive water damage.
I'm tired of dealing with mold. I'm tired of asking and begging for them to fix things.
Brink says she just wants a home where she doesn't have to constantly wonder when something will go wrong. In Fargo, Katie Opperly, Valley News Live.
We called Goldmark to ask about the current situation of that apartment, but we haven't heard back yet. And if you need help uncovering fraud in your community, call our whistleblower hotline and we'll do our best to get to the bottom of it. Call 237-6576 and leave your tip.
Nice to see the temps warm up after last night's snow that fell. I noticed even some melting on the roads and sidewalks. Let's get the latest from Hutch on the chances for more snow tonight. Hutch?
Another round getting ready to make its way through the valley as we speak. Visibility has been reduced throughout the day, at times dropping down to 1 mile to 2 miles. And that trend is also going to continue. The radar shows the activity spreading from northeast North Dakota into central North Dakota now, where things are warmer. Out west, we have some rain showers, mixed precipitation elsewhere, and snow making its way towards the Grand Forks and Hallock areas at this time. Temperatures are in the 20s with the exception of out west. We've warmed a couple of degrees in Devil's Lake. Here, our best chance of seeing some of this mixed precipitation in the FM area will come later tonight as we go across the 10 o'clock hour and into the overnight hours. So it won't impact the evening drive here, but the Devil's Lake Basin could still see some slippery conditions this evening. I'll have hour-by-hour details on this round of snow and what we can expect as we head toward the weekend here in just a moment.
All right, thanks.
Authorities are still searching for a 33-year-old man wanted in connection with a child neglect case. They're looking for Joshua Messer of Galesburg, North Dakota. His wife, 28-year-old Brittany Messer, made her initial court appearance today. They both face felony charges of child neglect. Court documents show the married couple had 2 children who tested positive for drugs. One child tested positive for meth, the other for marijuana. The children have been taken away from their parents.
Confusion and concern among Moorhead students and parents tonight after a social media scare about a possible school shooting threat. Police say the post was a hoax, and the school district says there was no threat to student safety.
But parents told Valley News Team's education reporter, Veronica Marshall, they need more information before they'll let their kids go back to school. Veronica?
Mike, Andrea, I've talked to dozens of parents today who all say the same thing. They want to know what's going on so they can make the decision about whether it's safe to keep their kids in school. So I investigated, and here's what I found. Police tell me it started with a social media post in late November where a Horizon Middle School student posed with 2 airsoft guns. One pointed to his head and the other pointed at him. The school and Moorhead police investigated to find out if there was any threat to the student's safety or anyone else's. The airsoft guns were confiscated, and police tell me the student does not have any access to any more firearms. But today, the picture resurfaced, setting off a panic that had parents pulling their students out of school. This time, a different student reposted the picture and added the text, "Don't come to school Thursday." Police say because social media spreads quickly, this set off a panic that was hard to get out in front of.
Officers in the school district didn't really know all the facts at the time, if this was a new picture or what was being sent out. So the school district felt at that time it was the best that they could send something out to provide to parents to at least let them know it was being investigated. At this time, we didn't feel there was any safety concern.
The school district did send out emails and recorded messages telling parents there was no threat. But the parents I spoke to said that's not good enough when it comes to the safety of their children. Andrea?
All right, thank you, Veronica. Moorhead police say the student who reposted the image and added text will face consequences through the school district.
Minneapolis police are warning parents about dangerous apps marketed toward kids that make it easy for child predators to get in contact with them. They're warning about apps like Bumble, Whisper, and Kick, but the most concerning on that list is called Hola. It's a live video chat that matches people up with all around the world. We made a profile and matched with a guy named Logan from Texas. He warns of the large amounts of nudity on the app and says you'll never really know just how old the person is on the other side.
A lot of people lie about their age up here. My age is real, but I've seen where people put 29, and when they show up, I'm like, you're definitely not 20. You don't really have to verify that.
Experts say to monitor your kids' screen time and to take their phones at bedtime. They also say it's a good idea to regularly go through them.
A popular tampon brand is being recalled after complaints about them unraveling in women's bodies, forcing them to seek medical attention to remove tampon pieces left behind. Retailers across the U.S. and Canada are now pulling those Kotex tampons off store shelves. The company says it has received a small number of reports of infections, vaginal irritation, and other symptoms from using the regular absorbency U by Kotex sleek tampons. The recall involves specific lot numbers of the product manufactured between October 7th of 2016 and October 16th of this year. For a full list of the recalled lot numbers, go to our website, valleynewslive.com, and click on this story for a link.
If you recently received a letter from North Dakota's Department of Transportation's Driver's License Division, it is legitimate. A DOT spokesperson says they're aware of a recent social media post concerning a letter coming from the Driver's License Division, adding that the post has some misinformation. Now, the letter's legitimate, not a scam. The letter informs people about an inquiry on their driving record from either an insurance company, current employer, or prospective employer. The DOT provides the driver record information in accordance with North Dakota Century Code. The DOT is apologizing for any confusion, and if you have driver's license questions, call 701-328-2604.
Later on Valley News Live at 6.